Hello, and welcome to Child Abuse Awareness. Today we're getting a story out about James K. Cissell. He was arrested in West Virginia for human trafficking. Make sure that I put up the Bible scripture that Matthew 18, verse 6, "But who shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, but that he were drowned in the depths of the sea." Under the copyright disclaimer, under Section 107, the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips in favor of fair use. Okay, I want to say hello to everyone. Gotta go over here and make sure. Yep, gotta mute my mic. Hello there, Jackie. Good to see you too. Thanks for coming there. So James T. Siskel, he's been arrested in West Virginia. A friend sent me this notification and figured I better get the word out there. I like y'all having a bigger screen, so I'll make it that big. Okay, here it is right here. The human trafficking arrest at Spa in Huntington, West Virginia. Give due thanks to WSAZ Channel News Channel 3, published August the 14th, 2023, updated 3 hours ago. In Huntington, West Virginia, a human trafficking arrest linked to an unregistered business was made over the weekend in Huntington, according to court documents. According to a criminal complaint, James Cissell, age 60, of Midway, Kentucky, is accused of knowingly aiding and abetting human trafficking. Documents state Cissell was seen at the location of an Oasis spa at 5840 Ohio River Road, dropping off and picking up different girls. The West Virginia Secretary of State's office does not have any record of the Oasis spa at 5840 Ohio River Road on file as a registered business in the state of West Virginia. Officials say Cissell was also observed leaving 2 bags of food and kitchen items at the facility. According to the criminal complaint, law enforcement interviewed 4 men that reported receiving sexual acts in return for payment at the Oasis Spa, and surveillance showed that the women inside did not leave the location and stay within the business throughout the week. A search warrant was executed at the Oasis Spa, officials say. A woman at the spa told investigators she was in the United States illegally and was smuggled in through Mexico. I'm not on Twitter at the moment. Yeah, I like to. I do have some Twitter, Jackie. You can share that information if you would like. Okay. Also, officials reported finding what appears to be a ledger with Cecil's name along with the amount of $4,000. Officials believe this indicated some sort of money had been transferred to Cecil. While the woman interviewed did not say she was forced to work at the business, she told officials that she was working to repay her debt for entering the United States. That debt was owed to her family in China. Victims of human trafficking usually do not have original proper documentation to support their justification in the United States. This complainant believes this is to be accurate based on the photocopied documentation found during the execution of a search warrant. The criminal complaint stated Cissell is facing human trafficking of an individual and abetting human trafficking. Okay, let me write down my email account down here, and you can also send it to me there. All right, so bear with me as I do that. Excuse me. There's my email address right there. It's supposed to all be small letters, though. It went ahead and corrected and put big letters, but I don't think that really matters there. Jackie, thank you so much. Here's the culprit right here. It was in the busted newspaper. Here he is, right here. James Cissell. It's in Cabell County. I hope I pronounced that right. And this was August the 11th, 2023, West Virginia booking. James K. Cissell, sorry. The information below has been gathered from the Cabell County, West Virginia Public Database. No claims are made as to its veracity. If you believe that your name appears in error, the booking was expunged, dismissed, sealed, or not guilty, please contact us. That's where about the discrepancies. Okay, the booking details. James K. Cissell. I ain't gonna say his date of birth and stuff. 60-year-old, 5'7", 165 pounds. His charge description: human trafficking of an individual. Okay. 3 o'clock, I'm going to do this story right here where a former Alabama youth minister sentenced to 1,008 years for sexual abuse in Etowah County. I think I've done that before, but I'm going to resubmit it again to bring Dr. Kick. Okay. All right. So that's where you'll send me an email from there, I hope. Okay, the Kentucky man charged with human trafficking at Huntington Spa by staff reports. This was in news, WCHS Fox 11. Cabell County, West Virginia, a Kentucky man is facing human trafficking charges after an investigation into an unregistered business in Huntington. James K. Cissell, age 60, of Midway, Kentucky, is charged with human trafficking of an individual, aiding and abetting. You are quite welcome. Aiding and abetting human trafficking. Deputies in Cabell County said Cissell was seen leaving the Oasis Spa on Ohio River Road on August the 10th with two females appearing to be of Asian descent. According to a criminal complaint filed in Cabell County Magistrate Court, the defendant has been observed multiple times at this location dropping off and picking up different girls that appear to be of Asian descent. Deputy M. Hatfield wrote in the complaint. Hatfield noted that he had also interviewed 4 separate males that reported they had been to the Oasis Spa and received sexual acts in return for payment. A female victim was present when deputies executed a search warrant on the business, the complaint said. Court documents indicated she told investigators that she was in the United States illegally and was smuggled into Mexico. Some of this is going to be the same. Some of it might be a little bit added more to the story to give us more clear knowledge, more knowledge. Hatfield also said he saw what appeared to be a ledger with Cissell's name and $4,000 written under the name, which indicated to investigators that some sort of money had been transferred to Cissell. What had been transferred to Cissell? Wow. Cissell was also seen leaving 2 bags of food and kitchen items at the business, according to the complaint. Deputies said surveillance showed that the females do not leave the location and stay within the business throughout the week. Well, excuse me if you said uh, some of the girls left with Cissell. That right there is contradicting itself right there. So the girls, some of the girls had left and went with Cissell, according to this earlier. The West Virginia Secretary of State's office does not have any record of the Oasis Spa at 5840 Ohio River Road on file as a registered business in the state of West Virginia, Hatfield wrote in the complaint. The female also advised investigators that he was not being forced to work at the business. The female also advised that should be she, right? The female also advised investigators that she was not being forced to work at the business. However, she told them she had to work to repay her debt for entering the United States, and that debt was owed to her family in China, the complaint said. I appreciate all the help you can get, Jackie. I'd love to get these stories out there to the people. Investigators also said they found photocopied identification during the execution of a warrant. The female said she was given documentation to assist in her entry into the U.S. The documentation included a photocopy of what appears to be a passport of a male subject's photo and a paper which she described as what she was to say to authorities, the complaint said. Cissell was released on $20,000 cash only bond and is scheduled for a preliminary hearing on Friday. Hmm. I know somebody recently that favors that on a line that I've been on, and I doubt they would let a truck driver having a conviction like this still drive a truck if it was him. I hope and pray it's not the same guy. People, we gotta watch out. We need to watch out. There he is right here. James Cissell of Midway, Kentucky. These are sick people. Did you notice it said girls on here? They did not state women, it said girls, but then a little bit later it does say it says females right here. And I seen another news thing when it said women, and then this says girls. I don't know the ages of the people that were trafficked. This is something that should not be done regardless of whatever age is, which means when she has to send money um, back to China to pay her debt for entering the United States, and that debt was owed to her family in China. I don't know if her family knew that she would be sold sexually in this way. Y'all know what I'm saying? saying that they give excuses for bringing these people to the United States and tell them, you got to work it off. And the thing is, it's never going to be worked off. They always bring a higher price, more charges. Oh, with interest. Oh, with this. Now you got to pay for that was just for you to come to the United States. Now you got to pay basically for the clothing I bought you. You got to pay for the house where you stayed at. You got to stay for wherever you stayed. You got to pay for the foods we gave you, the shampoos, the soaps. It's never ending on what they say. Because you think, okay, I won't have to work no more after I get this debt paid, I'm free and clear. This is not the way the traffickers work. I have y'all to know that. That is not the way they work. Your debt is never paid off. It's always some other excuse where they're going to owe you. There's the perpetrator at his truck right there. He's over here in West Virginia, and he lives in Kentucky. Predators, predators, predators. And these guys right here working for sexual favors instead of working for money, they're getting paid for free sexual acts. You disgusting pieces of crap, you men. Don't you got more pride in yourself? Don't you know what you're doing is illegal? Now, guess what? Your reputation is forever tarnished when you agree to do such an act. You're forever tarnished. Your name is now out there. So I want to thank you all for coming, especially you, Jackie. I'll be looking forward to getting an email from you and reading up. And I want to thank my friend from West Virginia who lives in that area. I will not say her name. She might not want her name mentioned. And I want to thank her as well for telling me about this going on. I say God bless to each and every one of y'all. Thank you. And goodbye for now.